Hi, I'm Ilya Marchenko.
I'm Denis Kudla.
I'm Evgeny Donskoy.
I'm Henry Laaksonen.
I'm Peter Torebko, and you're listening to the Game to Love podcast.
Hey, welcome back, tennis fans, and I hope you have recovered from what was an epic Nitto ATP Finals draw that we did yesterday, because we've had even more tennis to talk about today, and even more headlines that are being made by these young players on tour. JG, exciting stuff.
Very exciting, and the Italians are back. Yannick Sinner reaching his first final. First person from 2001, well, born in 2001 to reach a final.
Forza.
And again, like it's going to be amazing. Yeah, Forza, Yannick.
Forza, Yannick, Forza. Bravo.
And let's not get carried away too much. He's going to be playing the experienced Vasek Posil.
My dark horse.
Who was actually Ben's dark horse. I think my dark horse was... He was my dark horse. Gerasimov, he flopped right at the first hurdle, I think.
Manarino. Oh, get it right. Come on.
Yeah, and as you can see, it's Friday, so Ben's already had about 6 beers before he's got on today.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's been a good day. We've had some epic tennis, but where better place to start, really, with our tennis roundup than my winner of the tournament that I had. Obviously, I had my winner of the tournament being the little Australian, didn't I? I had Alex de Minaur, and he was coming up in what was going to be probably what we said. Well, I don't know. I said it. The winner of the tournament's going to come out of this match.
Yeah.
And Alex de Minaur versus Yannick Sinner didn't fail to disappoint. And I was watching that match very intently, as you can imagine, hoping that Alex de Minaur was going to do me proud and try and get through in my bracket. But unfortunately, as we know, boom, Yannick Sinner.
Before you go on to this, Ben, let's talk to some of the fans, because we're getting so wrapped up in the tennis these last few pods. We forgot to even address you guys. Just want to say, obviously, Lar there with the famous Buongiorno. Italian in the final, living up to it. We've got Jackie there. Thomas, every time we mention anything Italian, he always goes with the focaccia line.
Likes his bread,
Emma,
that guy.
Obviously, Mystic Emma, and
Mystic.
Nat as well.
And
Andy, of course. Sorry, I always forget Andy, but he's always here as well.
Not forgetting Andy. Give him a break. And Sam Hernandez up there. Thank God for the delay. I'm late. Well, thank God for the delay, because, you're here on time now. And, we can just jump straight in to, my favourite going out, which I'm sad to say. But I just love this match. And I think I was talking to you during this match. Yep. I just thought, this is what this tournament was all about, this match. And the way both these players were playing, I didn't know which way it was going to go. For me, it was 50-50. For you, it was Yannick Sinner all day. And in that first set, Alex de Minaur, he was really taking it to Sinner. I really like to see that from Alex de Minaur. He really comes out fast in the first set, like he did against Medvedev as well. Really takes it to the opponent, really puts it there, say, can you come and beat me? Because
Alex de Minaur was returning winners, mate, off the Yannick Sinner serve. Exactly. He was just smacking him all around, but Sinner was giving it as good as he got, really. And that first set, like you said, it was just like an epic battle. We were both saying, it was a shame we couldn't have done a live watch-along for it, because it was some of the best tennis we've actually watched in a while.
It was incredible, some of that tennis, I tell you. And it was just like the perfect clash of styles. It was the two young guns. It was the man from down under, the little run around speed demon, versus the new young power Italian stallion. And it was just such a contrast of styles. I just love to see when Alex de Minaur, when somebody can hit that hard as Sinner can, and someone like Alex de Minaur can get around the court and get everything back. It's so entertaining. What we were just saying, like, can't believe he just got that one back again. It was just like he was just scampering around the back of the court. It was so amazing. Love seeing that from him, and I hope he keeps that up throughout his career, because that is his thing. He's, for me, if not the fastest around court, one of the top 3 fastest around the court, Alex de Minaur.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, but for a little guy, I feel like you need to have that attribute. Otherwise, it's going to be super difficult for you. But let's talk about Sinner.
Yeah.
The eventual winner of the match. And that third set completely creamed him. I think de Minaur he admitted defeat as soon as it was a double break. The match was over.
Yes.
I thought even at a break, I don't know, it's always one break. You never know what could happen. Maybe de Minaur could have one good return game and get back into it. But the double break, that was it. And Sinner was just showboating, really, with some of the shots.
Wow.
Exhibition kind of stuff. Hitting the lines. And just so dominant. And then since then, we've then seen him play today.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go on to that one. Yeah, we might as well, because...
Sorry.
I feel like we need to dedicate the first bit of this podcast to him. And he potentially could be winning now his first ATP title. Such a young... Yeah, well, his first final. Let's say hopefully it doesn't go as bad as it does for... as bad as what it does for Felix. Because Felix hates the final. I think Sinner, on the other hand, should be a bit different. I think he'll be okay. And as we've seen, it looks like he started off where he left off against Alex de Minaur.
Yeah. I mean, this one, Manarino, been in incredible form himself, as we know. He obviously got to the final of the last event that he was in, which I believe was... Oh, hang on. Oh, 1 second. It was in... no, sorry. He actually got to the final of the event that was against John Millman, which was in Nur Sultan. And then he actually got through and only went out just about to Zverev, remember, the eventual finalist in the last time. So this guy's been playing incredible tennis, and he got all the way through. He obviously knocked out Radu Albot there, who took out Shapovalov.
He took out my dark horse, Gerasimov, as well.
Straight sets as well. Yeah, and that's what I mean. That was really impressive. I thought Gerasimov was going to beat him. And and he comes up against Sinner. Bookies had Sinner as this crazy favourite. I thought it was the lopsided odds, really, on this at 1.25. But justified. Well played, Yannick Sinner, and pretty comfortable in the end there, to be honest. I don't think he was really troubled by Manarino. I mean, if we have a look down the first set there, just the one break of serve, the one break point, and he took his chance. That's all you need, really.
Well, he's been serving so well. A big point you should probably talk about is the fact against de Minaur, there was often times when he was love 40 down. Yeah, and it'd be surprising how many times he actually managed to hold his serve from that position. He just doesn't show much weakness. Like a lot of players, they act a bit more defeatist, and that next serve, they're kind of a bit within themselves. They're a bit scared to go for these shots. With him, he just seems to be very free, and he's just so full of confidence. It's crazy. I don't know where this confidence comes from, because he's not exactly won loads of events, but yet he's so young. I think he's just living off the fact that he's fearless right now.
See it again there, though, don't you? Like, even in the second set, Manarino went for it a little bit, and he managed to get break points in 2 Yannick Sinner service games. But undeterred, he gets to the business end, and that's when he turned it on again. Yeah. Fantastic. I mean, it's just like we've been saying all along, old head, young shoulders, and it just bodes so well for him. I just can't wait to see what's in store for this kid. I think if he wins this tournament, we're off to the races with him, and I just can't wait to see 2021 and what it holds in store for him, because we could be seeing similar to like our Andre Rublev performance next year, perhaps. And
he's so young. Like he's got 3 years on Rublev.
Exactly.
So like it might not even be next year, but the year after, if he's doing anything like that and winning titles on the main draw, I think he's going to as well. Yeah. Maybe I'm just getting wrapped in the hype, especially being Italian and them connections there. But I just really want to see it. I'm sure a lot of you guys do too. There's a comment here I feel like we skimmed past, we shouldn't have, and it's Thomas Rock, as usual, saying, Alex Roux run out of hops.
Yeah, could well have done. It's a bit sad to see, but he's my pick. I couldn't see him go out to a better person, though, to be honest.
Yeah.
For me, I would have still taken Alex de Minaur against Manarino as well. Yannick Sinner, he's done it in style, and now he's going to be facing Vasek Pospisil in the final, his first ever final. Obviously, we know that he's been to the final of, I believe it is, I don't know if the class. He's been to the final of he's won he's won 3 challenger events, and been to the final of 4 challenger events. And he's been to the final of 3 futures. Sorry, so and he's won 2 out of the 3 of them. So he's pretty impressive. Maybe I can bring up the little
Ben with all the stats. Well, I've got a question for you, Ben, from the chat. Andy's asking here. Oh, cheers for the super chat as well, Thomas. Hey. Appreciate that, mate.
Cheers, Tom.
Can always rely on you. And Andy's saying Sinner could be playing the ATP finals next season.
Well,
is that bit too much?
I don't think so. I think you see the performance from Rublev this year. Where did he start the year in? He probably started the year in, was it around the 30 mark, around there, I believe?
Yeah, but it's not done on that, is it? It's a separate rankings for the ATP finals.
True.
So it's done on the year. So it's not really dependent on the rankings.
If 18 months, isn't it?
No, it's only 18 months now. I'm not sure what it's going to be like next year. It's usually just the 12 months, is it not?
I think they're running it on 18 months.
Oh, probably 18. I'm not sure,
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting. But if he still wins the same amount of tournaments, I think he's still going to be well up there. But it's all...
Yeah, for sure. If he wins 5 tournaments next year, he will 100% be in it. But he's not won one yet. We can't get too carried away. I think it's going to be super tough. The fact that Federer's going to be back, that's another place which is kind of up for grabs. However, I think Federer's going to still be able to get into and qualify it next year. I think he'll have enough, even now.
I think Rublev's had he's been fortunate a little bit on a couple of them, because I think you needed a bit of luck in these tournaments, because in all fairness, if he was playing St. Petersburg and he would have met Medvedev along the way, you probably would have thought Medvedev would have taken him out as well, because he doesn't have a very good record against him. But Medvedev went out early to Opelka, opened the whole draw up for him. And then obviously in Vienna, he had Sinner went out with a foot injury. Team had a blister. Kevin Anderson was injured. He sort of got a little bit lucky in that one as well. Got all the way.
Is it luck or is it just the Rublev effect? Jackie's not going to call it luck.
You need a little bit of luck though, but sometimes you make your own luck. And this is what I mean. When you're on a roll like that, the same way Andre Rublev's having this year, when it's all going for you, it's going for you. I mean, there's nothing that can be said about it. You just got to keep rolling with it. You just keep on going forward. You play your game. Everybody else falls by the wayside. And that's just...
Yeah, Kyle makes a good point there, saying Zverev qualified for the ATP finals back in 2017 when he was only 19, 20 years old. So it is possible.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's definitely possible. I think it's going to be really interesting to see the form of everybody next year, because seems like people have really turned the screw a little bit in the back end of 2020. And we're seeing some of those young players.
Well, not all of them, mate. Some of them looks like they're on the beach already. You got Shapovalov. I don't know what happened to him. And Felix as well. The Canadian, the young Canadians aren't doing too well.
Let's not talk about those right now. I mean, like your Medvedevs, your Zverevs. I reckon Tsitsipas, he'll be back in there again next year. Obviously, Dominic Thiem, he's not in part of the young crowd. He's in sort of the mediocre in the middle, somewhere in the age groups. But I think they're all going to be firing next year. I think everybody's looking super keen. I think we've had real shows of brilliance from all of those players as well since we've come back to tennis. I think it's just going to, they're all going to kick on. I'm hoping.
Mate, I say this every year, but for me, I think next year's tennis, the whole schedule is going to be the most exciting yet.
Yeah, I think so.
I feel like I'm always going to be saying this, but the way I'm just sort of getting involved in it right now, and the way this year is petered out towards the end of it, I think it's set for just a massive spectacle next year.
I think it's more exciting the fact that we get to mention all of these other players as well. The fact that Fed's been injured and now he's going to come back, he'll have to just drop in the mix somewhere and try and find his feet somewhere.
He'll be all right. He'll still be fine. I think he'll still. Hopefully, I really would like to see him qualify for ATP finals. I'm saying he's going to be fine, but we don't actually know. Obviously, he's another year older.
40,
and then these injuries, they seem pretty serious injuries.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how he's going to recover to that. We see what happened to Andy Murray. He looks like a shadow of his former self.
Exactly.
But Marie there saying, I think she sums it up quite nicely. It's some luck. This is talking about, obviously, you was mentioning
Rublev,
he was quite lucky, Rublev. It's some luck, but it's taking your chances too. I think that's the most key thing. How many times have we seen situations where a draw's opened up for a player, but they've just not taken the opportunity? Maybe the pressure. When a draw opens up, often you find that a player will feel a lot more pressure because then they become more expected to win. And when that happens, you see them crumble. So you've still got to be able to win what's been put in front of you, and to progress and actually lift the trophy is no easy feat. It doesn't matter who you play, in my opinion.
Well, it's definitely not an easy feat at all. And I don't think it was even easy for Rublev relatively in his path to winning these ones either. Don't forget the struggle that he had in Hamburg against Tsitsipas in the final. That was no easy match. Tsitsipas was serving for the match in that match, and Rublev found a way to win. And he's done the same in a lot of these. It was a tough match in St. Petersburg against Shapovalov, came through that one. And he had a tough match against Dominic Thiem in Vienna.
In Vienna as well. Like we thought maybe Thiem could go all the way and win that. So that's super impressive.
He absolutely battered him there. So he had a close first set, but obviously came through.
Humbert as well in the final.
Yep, Humbert. And Humbert's been obviously really, really good. And now we're going to be seeing what he's really made of, Andrei Rublev, because now you're up against the creme de la creme. You can only play top 7 or top 6 players really above him. I think he's number 7, isn't he now? Or is it Schwartzman? It's one or the other.
7, yeah.
Yeah. So it's only the best of the best now. So this is really where he's got to mix it, and he's going to be having to. I'm sure he's probably happy that he's avoiding Medvedev, I think, from this group stage. But, well, I think you can't really pick a good person to play against. I think you just got to play who you got, and it's going to be
just do the best you can with that situation. I think the big thing also, Andy's saying, 2021 is going to be big for the slam race as well. Obviously, Nadal now equaling it.
Yeah,
Djokovic has got a lot of catch up to do. Like whether he can sort of bridge the gap slightly, or we're going to see Nadal push further ahead. I'm kind of praying inside. That would be amazing. Imagine if he does that. Well, you'd fancy him in Roland Garros, but you never know.
It's coming up in a couple of months, isn't it?
Yeah, all I can say is 2021, the place to be is at Game to Love. We'll be following it all. And I think we're going to be in for one of the best seasons of tennis ever. Hopefully the world goes back to normal, because we've got to wait for all these vaccine stuff first.
Wimbledon?
But, Wimbledon, I'm praying, Ben. I can't wait to sit in that queue. And I say sit, we're basically laying most of the time because we're on a mat.
Maybe we won't even have to this year. Maybe they'll just invite us in with open arms.
No,
you never know.
I want a queue, mate. I want a queue still. I love the queue.
Even if they do let us in, I'm still going to queue on another day. It's definitely.
Anyway, we're getting off topic of it. Let's talk about the other semi-final. Vasek Pospisil managing to beat Gasquet.
Yeah,
I don't know if you've got that one up. If you want to,
just let me bring that one up. I mean, it was just one of those typical Gasquet performance. You know how he doesn't like being in the lead in matches.
Well, the problem is with him, he seems to win the first set quite often.
Yeah,
for me, he's such a quality player. And if tennis was just the best of one set, I think he would be one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah,
because he can turn it up in spells as high as any other player. Like he can play some of the highest level of tennis in spells. It's not even usually for a whole set. He'll usually play maybe a few games where he's playing a crazy level, and then he'll drop off a bit, and then he'll boost it up a bit. And that backhand going to be firing again. But it's dangerous regardless. You can see there he's 49th in the world, and he's always going to be around that mark, if not higher, because his natural ability is so crazy.
Shocked to see you picking Caruso over him, though. Don't know why you were thinking Caruso could go against Gasquet. Come on, obviously Gasquet took out Caruso straight sets in the last round, as we see there, and he took out Caballes Baena, Foratek, and Caruso. But Vasek Pospisil, an interesting customer.
Oh, he's a bit fortunate to be there, I think. That Marchenko one.
Oh, so lucky.
I just feel so sorry for him. Obviously, he's a good friend of us.
Feel bad.
It's just a shame. So close. He was up. What was he serving for the match?
Well, he was serving for the match, and
serving for the match, and in the tiebreak, he was up 4-1 or 5-1.
And then a dodgy line call at 4-1 that screwed him out of a point, which would have been 5-1 instead 4-2. And then you find yourself on the wrong end of a tiebreak, and and now you see Posil's in the final. He didn't drop a set against Struff, didn't drop a set against Millman, and then came through and bageled Gasquet in the final set.
Well, if you want to go back to that quickly, Millman, that's the big one for the bracket league. Yeah. So as you know, me and Ben we're neck and neck, I think, before this tournament, wasn't we? 1-1.
Yeah, we were, mate.
So this was the decider who's going to be edging in front to end 2020, because there's not going to be another one now on the bracket league.
No.
And it looks like Ben come out on top, and he's managed to beat me, and it was all riding on that match there. John Millman versus Vasek Posil. I had Millman, and Ben had Posil. Whatever one was to win, either of us would have finished higher in the rankings.
I don't think we still did very well, though, to be honest. But
regardless, we did terrible. But we'll bring it up anyway to go through the bracket league. I think it's only fair on those who did well.
You want me to bring it up now? Or
yeah, why not, mate? Unless did you have more to say about that match?
No, I mean, not really. I mean, it was just I don't know what happened to Gasquet after that first set. He just sort of went walkabouts, and Vasek Posil just imposed himself on Gasquet. He had more power, and Gasquet was just misfiring. I don't know. He has the ability to misfire, though.
No, I agree with Kyle, though. Kyle was spot on. It's a bit of a fitness issue as well. That's why he can do it in spells. He can't play consistently for too long at a high level. But, Gasquet's always been troubles with his fitness. It's just now that he's gotten a bit older, it's become more noticeable. I agree with that completely.
No, coming out of the trap so fast. Never easy. So you can see us here. I'll just highlight me. They're down in 23rd. No, 23, my lucky number. So I'm happy to be there. JG, 27th. Wow.
Mate, it's pretty close. What's up? I think I had a higher percentage than you as well, did I not?
Yeah, you do.
Embarrassing.
I know, mate.
You're claiming that as a victory. Gosh.
Well, you got to take everything you can. We move up. We got who have we got at the top? Danny Tennis there. He has Yannick Sinner to win, as we remember from the last one.
Yep. Yeah, so I believe, I'm not sure who else had Yannick Sinner. I'm not sure if we can check that.
I can check Football, see who he's got. Shapovalov to win it.
Yeah, so he's finished as well. He just got some points, I'm assuming, for Posil in the final. Is there not a way to check who picked Sinner? I thought you did it before.
There is. Yeah, there is. You're right. You are right, JG. I think there is a way of me actually clicking picks somewhere.
Yeah, and while Ben does that, I'll just ping out the link if anyone else wants to join. As you can see now, we've got 80 members.
Yeah, thanks everybody for joining.
Keep growing that. That'll be cool for next year. So we're all set. Maybe we can get to 100 before the new season starts. That'd be a good
there you go. So if I just make it a bit bigger on the bottom there, then you can see exactly.
So we've got a few Sinner picks there. We've got Danny Tennis. However, at the end of the day, he's got Sinner. I don't think anyone's got. Has anyone got Posil to win? Because that could be the answer, really.
It's Mary Sky.
Mary Sky has picked. I'm not sure what that does for the points. Maybe she could catapult to the top. I don't think so. I think Danny Sky's
21st is quite.
Not Danny Sky. Not Danny Sky. I think Danny. I think Danny's got it. So fair play to Danny.
Let me see what Mary's on though. Let me just check because where is she? Gosh, she's pretty far down. So we got 35 points. If Mary was to win, she would actually go on to 36 points. So she would actually go top.
Really?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah, because I think it's 16 points for the win.
Oh well, we'll have to verify that afterwards. We'll have a check. Yeah. But if Ben's correct, then I think Mary would win if Posil wins, and Danny Tennis, he'll be banking on a Sinner win. Unfortunately for you, Mary, I think we're only going to see a Sinner win.
Well, you never know. Never know with this Vasek Posil which one's going to turn up, do we? Is it going to be the one? Oh, sorry.
Oh,
sorry. just touching the wire there. I think it was messing it up. Yeah, as we know, we don't know which one's going to turn up. Is it going to be the one that turned up against Marchenko, the one that was looking a bit hit and miss, or is it the one which has been cruising through and then bageled Gasquet, obviously early today?
Yeah, and if you ever want to replace what me and Ben do, feel free. I feel like you're a lot better at it than us. We can't get anything right, but you seem to be doing well. Obviously, last competition, she had the chance to win it as well, I believe.
Yeah.
I think she needed a Zverev win to win.
Always up the top, Mary there. So, yeah, very well played and doing better than both of us. We're lagging down there in the 20s, which is sad to see for both of us, but I think we just got a bit screwed, didn't we, with the a couple of those big names going out. And
it's the young Canadians for me, mate. Felix and Chapeau, they've completely wrecked my bracket, and it was kind of over before it started. I didn't get many wins together, and it was just already over. So, yeah, I'm already looking forward to next year. You managed to beat me, but it wasn't a full season. We only had three bracket leagues, so I mean, we'll do a proper one from next year.
Yeah. Definitely we will. I mean, this year has been very, very much stop-start, and credit to the tennis players that have actually managed to perform in this type of condition and actually managed to get some tournament wins and some great tennis for the fans as well, because it's one of those sports which we actually have been able to really get behind. I know it's been a bit weird in some of the tournaments. Like we went from all guns blazing in Austria with fans there, and it was just a great atmosphere, to Paris Masters in silence with just great tennis, but it was just a very weird feel in Paris. It definitely was when Medvedev won.
Well, I feel like we're going to see more of that, unfortunately.
Yeah,
in the ATP finals. Yeah. It's another tournament behind closed doors. It's famous for the brilliant atmosphere. Last year in London as well. We're going to be covering all of their matches, as many as possible.
So I've been corrected here. Sorry. Thanks, guys. I hadn't had time to actually look on the other on the other page. 6 points for the winner of 250. Sorry to get your hopes up, Mary. There, I thought that was a Masters.
You've said them already, Ben.
That was a Masters event, wasn't it? Yeah. Apologies. I was remembering from the other one. So
regardless of the points, you've still done very well to have someone in the final who a lot of people didn't pick. So I've always give credit to someone if they've given a player who's got a chance of winning, who were kind of like an underdog. I think that's pretty cool to be able to do that. So if anyone else has done that,
probably listening to my dark horse picks, to be honest. So I can't blame Mary for that. I mean, they've worked before in the past, and probably work again in the future. I'm sure they're better than mine. They're better than my main picks. The dark
better than Jerusalem.
I remember Kenin at the beginning.
You had
year.
Kenin for was it US Open? Was it?
Exactly.
No, Australian Open.
Australian Open. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Dark horse is better than the main pick. So, yeah.
I just want to add also tomorrow we're going to be live from 1 o'clock. We're doing the live watch along of Yannick Sinner Posil. So hopefully as many of you can join us for that.
Wonder who you're supporting.
Sunday, there's no stopping, Ben. Well, I'll be supporting Sinner, you know that. There's no stopping, because Sunday we're going to be having day one of the ATP finals. And then Monday, and then Tuesday, and then every other day. So we're going to be here now doing as many live watch-alongs and podcasts as possible. Hopefully all of you can join us for that.
Yeah.
And before we wrap this podcast up, let's just do a quick look at the WTA.
Oh, yeah. They were playing today as well, weren't they?
Yep.
Let's have a look at the WTA bracket, shall we? Oh, I see what's going on here. See what's happening.
What do you mean?
Don't play those games with me. You knew something was going on. Here we go. And at the top of the bracket, JG in the women. And I'm second somehow. I didn't even realise. I hadn't even looked.
No, mate. You know the funny thing is, I didn't know. I promise you. I know it sounds really dubious, but I've not looked at it.
Look at that. And JG top in the way. He knows more about his women's tennis than he does his men's
how many people
tennis.
Are there in this one?
We've got there's more than I thought. We've got 20.
No, it's just 20.
Just the 20.
That's not bad. 1 out of 20.
Not bad, mate. I mean, who have you got to win the thing? Let's have a quick look. Oh, look at the green. Oh, look at him go. And Sabalenka, and you got Mertens to win. So look at that. You're looking pretty good there, mate. You got Sabalenka.
Yeah, I've called the final.
Mate, done very well.
I think everyone called that. I think you got that as well, Ben.
Probably. I'll just have a quick look on my one as well.
It's just Touchman let you down. I had nodded.
Yeah. So it doesn't look like I can win. So that's brilliant. Great.
Wait, does that not claw one back then? So we're going into 2-2.
Yeah. Wow. Does that one count? I don't know. Does it? Might do.
We'll let them guys think. What do you think? Should we count this in me and Ben's overall? Or whatever the majority say we'll go with?
Yeah, I think so.
I think maybe it's harsh to count it, but it's up to you guys.
Well, I think we should just have it on our list anyway because we're up the top. So we got to always tick it off when we're up the top of any of these events, to be honest. The fact that we're 23rd and 27th on the other one, I think we need to big ourselves up a bit more on our women's predictions.
Well, Thomas Rock saying JG's the Wizard of the Lins.
Definitely is.
Austria, well, I've got Mertens to win, so hopefully Mertens wins. Did you have Mertens as well?
It's a good point, actually.
Yeah, we didn't even check.
I thought I did have Mertens. No, I had Sabalenka.
So basically, it's going to be on that. If Mertens wins, I win. Good. If Saba wins, you win. And then I think we should count it then because there's a lot more at stake.
Saba. Yeah. She's just already beat Azarenka, obviously, in Ostrava. Now she's going for another one. 2 straight.
Back to back.
Yeah, why not? She's looking good today against Dodin. And, she's been cruising through.
Nice one. So, anything left to say?
Not really, mate. Just, I think we should just wrap it up there. I think everybody should just join us tomorrow for the final, obviously, as JG said. And, we'll look forward to taking you through that. And hopefully one of our guys is going to win. I'm not going to try and
the only thing I would say is a bit disappointing is they don't have the ATP finals on the bracket.
Yeah,
it's a shame, isn't it? They didn't add that, but I guess it is a bit tricky. It's not quite a short bracket having only 8 players in it.
Yeah. I don't think we've told you our predictions anyway. Let us know your predictions.
You can't really have a bracket, can you? Because it's like a table. It's a round robin event. Yeah. So I'm not sure how it would really work anyway.
Well, it wouldn't really because we've both got 2 players from the same bracket playing in the final. So that's how it doesn't really work. So, I mean, just let us know. I put a couple of polls out on the channel earlier today. Let us know who you think is going to be going through to the next round as well. Who's going to be the qualifiers from each group. And we'll be covering all of those matches as well. We can't wait for that one. That's the super exciting one. We got Sinner tomorrow, and then it kicks off. Don't forget the match that kicks it off is the final from last year, which is Dominic Thiem, Stefanos Tsitsipas, and they're kicking it off. They closed it last year, and they're kicking it off this year.
That's quite cool. I wonder if that's ever happened before.
Well, I can't wait to cover it. It's going to be electric.
Well, and Thomas Rock says we're counting it, so that's final. We're counting it, Ben.
We're counting it.
I think we should. I'm going to make a little Excel as well of all the tournaments in the year. We'll do 2020, 2021, and then we'll have a little Ben or JG on each one, so then we can track our progress. And then we can compare it to next year as well and be like, oh, who won it last year and who knows his tournament's ins and outs better.
Be good to get a 3-1 lead over you this year as well.
Yeah, well, we'll see how it goes. Anyway, guys, join us for tomorrow. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. I think we passed, 2,500?
Yeah, cheers, guys. If you haven't liked the video yet, hit the like button because it helps the channel grow and it helps us be found by even more tennis fans.
Yeah. I'll see you tomorrow, guys.